Hello everyone. It is January 1st. Happy New Year. Dank, Turtle Girl, Mike, Fish Tropic, Sylvia, Frank Candy, and Nisi. How's everyone doing? Science Gal, hello. Who else do we got here? Tori, if you're still here. Millerific. Still late in 2018. Yep. Steve, how you doing? Not again, Bob. I don't know what that means. Hey, Bob. Dank says, Big Stern, what up? Dan, how you doing? Everyone's rolling in here. Wes, Sam, Brian, Mary Beth, Mabe. Hello. Richard says, hello everyone. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year. Daryl Deemer says, hello everyone. So what's everyone's plans for the New Year's? Hey, Zach's Tank's Crazy Aquarium Guy. How you doing, Zach? Haven't seen you in a while. I was just looking at your channel today, as a matter of fact. Did I pop any fireworks? Nope. Are you kidding me? I was in bed, asleep, by 10 o'clock. Stanley says, Happy new Bob from Oz. I give up on the videos. I'm not that computer literate, but I suck apparently. Yeah, I saw you send it to me through Dropbox from a Gmail account. I don't have Dropbox, but if you have Gmail, just upload it to Google Drive and send it to me that way. It's pretty easy. You already have a Gmail account. That means you already have Google Drive. You can just upload it to Google Drive and then share the link with me and I can download it. Joel, how you doing? Happy New Year to you too. Steve says, my plans are breed my kamakas after I get my fish room built. That's good. We need more people breeding that fish. Candy says, setting up my Christmas 125 for the new year. Awesome. Matt says, Happy New Year, everyone. Hope everyone has an awesome 2018. Scott, how you doing? Science Gal says, building my channel and getting addicted to new fish. Yep, I haven't got any new fish in quite a while now. Matter of fact, I actually got rid of fish. I got rid of 3 5-gallon buckets full of fish this weekend. That's what I did. Dank says, okay, I'll try that. Michael Trevino, how you doing? You can start the live stream now. All right, now that you're here, we can start. Convict Cichlid Fry Care. Your biggest concern is going to be to find someone to take all your fry. I have no in-person friends. What? I have been missing a lot of live streams, but I always watch them after. Thank you, Zach. Hey, Bob. All my female guppies died. What could be the cause? Just female guppy dies? Not the males? That's weird. I sent you a New Year wish on Facebook with a joke. I can't even remember the last time I was on Facebook. I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook anymore, to be honest. That is kind of a funny picture, though. Let's see, what else we got going on? What fish are in the tank behind you? This is my first stream. Day by Day Aquariums. This is not my tank, but I can tell you there are multiple rainbow fish in this tank behind me. Looks like mainly rainbow fish. There's some mascara barbs, but mostly various types of rainbow fish. Turtle Girl says, my goal is to convince my parents to let me get a leopard gecko. That shouldn't be too hard. Candy says, I told you that the other day, dang tanks. Who said, Aqua said, setting up a small fish room, any tips that you would give to a first-time builder? My only tips would be to plan it out beforehand. I did not do that, so that's why I am in the mess that I'm in right now. And having to redo everything. You told me Dropbox. I didn't tell you Dropbox. I hate Dropbox. I'll never use Dropbox. Maybe you're talking to someone else. Let's see. The Fishy Mailman says, setting up the 75 at some point for the new year. I'm going to do high-tech carpeted tank with something like 100 chili rasboras. Maybe more. We'll see how much it can handle. You could definitely do 100 in 75 gallon for sure, easily, especially if it's planted. You'll have no problems. I was setting up a 75 gallon today, as a matter of fact. but nothing fancy, just some low-tech plants. Pretty basic. Jamie says, good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. Good to see you, Jamie. Happy New Year to you, too. Kenny says, good. Soon we'll be seeing the rummy nose behind Bob. What? Jay's Aquatics says, Bob, I plan on posting videos on my channel and learning more about CO2 for the new year. There you go. I'd ask for rats first and then the gecko. No, you'll be seeing the frogs. Lauren says, goal for 2018 is to finish fixing up the new house and finally move in. Sounds like a nice goal. NY Gold says, Happy New Year, Bob, everyone in the fish fan, and everyone in the fish fam. Steenfott Aquatics, I ordered something off Aquarium Co-op and put free easy green in the comments. Will I get a free bottle? I have no idea. That would be a question for Aquarium Co-op. I don't know. I have no idea. Bob, will you ever get any turtles? Maybe. Maybe. I want the Diamondback Terrapin, but I don't know that I'd ever get any. At least not anytime soon. Bob, what is the next rabbit hole for you? Probably saltwater. I hope to get into saltwater at some point this year. I'm really low. I think my chair is sinking. Shogun Atomic says, any 2018 fish room goals? I have made 0 goals towards my fish or YouTube. Haven't even thought about it. Hey all, Happy New Year. Merry Shrek, Happy New Year. Daryl, Happy New Year. We're going to be getting a lot of Happy New Years. Not that there's anything wrong with that. G-Bear says, it's cold outside. Not too bad around my area. Do Mayan cichlids filter sand? Mayan cichlids. I have no idea. Let's see. Maybe we can find out. I've actually never seen this fish in person. Just by looking at it, I would say it would probably filter sand. But knowing nothing about it and just going off looks, I would say it would definitely dig, but I don't know if it's, I wouldn't consider it a filter feeder, like filtering the food through the sand or anything, but I don't know. Bob, my fish goal for 2018 is to get my bristlenose to breed. That sounds like a really easy one. Yes, get a DBT, please. I don't know what that is. I may be getting a large tank with a stamp for $50 on Friday. Nice. Reef and Library Aquatics is here. How you doing? Sorry, did Bob say saltwater? Yes, I did, my friend. That's kind of what I'm thinking about for this year. At least one tank. I got to get at least one saltwater tank up. What is the best beginner pleco to start with? Hands down, the bristlenose pleco. It is the best. Life and Library Aquatics. I've heard. Okay. Why was my question about cherry shrimp sources deleted? I have no idea. I need a reputable source for grade 8 cherry red shrimp, aquabid, Philly. I would go with LR Brett's Aquatics or Flip Aquatics. Kind of my go-to places for shrimp. Let's see. Jobs Aquarium Tanks with the $4.20 super chat. Happy New Year, Fish Fam. Thank you, Chris. Really appreciate it. Candy says, I did. I'm sorry. Yeah, probably just a misclick. Happens sometimes. Candy made a boo-boo. My goal this year was to reach... my goal this year was to reach 50 subs, and I did that in 1 month. Now I'm hoping to reach 500 by the end of next year. Do you think that is possible? Absolutely. It's freezing here in New York. Makes me not want to go back to work tomorrow after hibernating. I don't want to go back to work tomorrow either. I'm so overworking. I wish I could just quit. What ick products are out there that won't color everything in the tank? Well, you can use IckX. I realize that IckX is blue, but it goes away after like 30 minutes, and you don't even notice it. So I would recommend IckX. Richard says, are L200 plecos hard to breed? They're not easy, but they're not difficult. If you've bred any type of pleco, you should be able to breed green phantom plecos. Steenfott Aquatics, when are you going to set up that tank? What tank? Saltwater tank? I don't know, this year sometime. That's all I can say. What variant of bristlenose is more active than others? Probably just the common bristlenose. Stay away from any of the fancier ones. And I'm not talking like the red or the greens. I'm talking like the Starlight, the L183. Dank. Frank, you should post videos of them. Any plans on the fish room? I'm taking down tanks. So I've got, this weekend I emptied 2 20-gallon tanks, a 40-gallon tank. My 75-gallon cichlid tank is gone. And I'm hoping to combine a couple of my 40-gallon tanks into that 75-gallon tank. Steenfott Aquatics, why do some people have wrenches next to their names? It means we've paid the $250 USD fee. Yep, that is correct. I made my goal of 50 subs by the end of the year, and I even made it to 60. Thanks to Jimmy H. Aquatics for giving me a shout out. Why didn't Joel stream today? I have no idea. Probably because it's a holiday. Maybe. I don't know. Might be out of town. Richard says, I've only bred bristlenose. You shouldn't have a problem. Joel and Corey are frolicking in the snow. I believe it. Those are moderators. You can remove bad comments and place URLs. No, ruining the fun. Some saltwater for dummies videos would be very helpful. Well, I don't know that I don't know that I can make that video, New York Gold, because I don't know much about saltwater at all. So I've had one saltwater tank in my life. It was a 14-gallon BioCube with pulsing xenia, like the easiest coral you could ever get, and a couple of hermit crabs and some other stuff. But Joel is with Corey in the awesome snow of Washington. There's no snow here. There's no snow here. It's crazy nobody ever heard of the L183, and boom, they just exploded like wildfire. I don't know, Michael Trevino. I've had my L183s for about 2 years now, so I heard of them. Yo, Bob, why is that EXO still empty? How do you know it's still empty? It's been a whole weekend. Saltwater with dummies. Yeah, that's more like it. Saltwater with dummies, not for dummies. How fast do Geophagus red Tapajos grow? Michael, I'm not sure. I've never kept that fish. Diamondbacks cost more than $600 where I live. Not here. They're pretty cheap here. Bob Fisher doing great. Scottish Aquatics, awesome. I got a lot of my cichlids went over to Scott, so I'm glad that they went to a good home. Some of them were kind of hard to get rid of. I was kind of close to some of them, or some of them I've had for a while, so glad to see they went to a good home. Hi Bob, how can I get rid of blackbeard algae on my plants and wood? You can spot treat it with hydrogen peroxide or liquid carbon. Or you can do more water changes and feed less. Evening Bob, any floating plants you'd recommend? Water lettuce is really easy, and I am throwing away a bag full of water lettuce a day now. I'm just taking it out by the handfuls. I've got it in so many tanks. Reef and Lineberry Aquatic says, why don't you put on my tank as the background? Forgot how it looked back then. I was actually going to do that, but I couldn't find it in my email. I still have it in my email. I just didn't go back far enough, and I ran out of time. So hopefully for Thursday, that's what I'm actually thinking about. Let's see, Bob, how do you decide who gets to be a mod? It's just on a whim. Hey Bob, Happy New Year. Are you downsizing tanks permanently or just rearranging the fish room? It'll be both. Rearranging the fish room, I'll have less tanks but more bigger tanks. How do you decide who gets to be a mod? Oh, I just answered that. What size PVC pipes do you make caves for my super red plecos? I use multiple. So 1 inch inner diameter, and a little bigger, a little smaller. I get multiple different sizes. That way they can decide what they want. Joel says, please don't sub-bag in chat as we'll have to remove your comment. Uh-oh. I'll take some water lettuce. It's a really annoying plant, to be honest. It's not as bad as duckweed, but man, it's getting out of control. Trust me, there's snow in Minnesota. I didn't go outside for 4 days before New Year's because the average temperature was negative 20 degrees. I'm jealous. Who said Aqua said my 2 dogs just ran away? What are you doing in here, man? Go after them. We get to see the 240 set up in 2018. Yes, I am re-water testing it right now. So, hopefully it'll hold water now. I had to move my leps. They were being exactly what you were talking about. Butt heads, if you will. Yep. Pleco Nation says, where'd that go? I'm glad I made a live stream. What are your plans for the new year with your fish room? I don't have any like New Year's resolutions for the fish room. Just to continue slowly working on it and getting it redone. Scott says he scored about $100 worth of Anubias Nana for $10 at PetSmart. That's what good PetSmart is. You can find those deals every once in a while. Have I ever been recognized at an LFS by random people? Yes. Just a couple times though, maybe twice. And it's always awkward, but I don't know if they don't really come and talk to you. They just stare at you and make it really awkward. Let's see what else we got. I could never be a mod. I would get drunk and I'd get drunk on power and ban everyone. It happened when live streaming first started and like everyone was live streaming. Man, there was all kinds of banning and deleting and timeouting going on. Zach's Tank's crazy aquarium guy with the 10, I'm just going to call it dollar, even though I know it's only like $1. Super chat, thank you, my friend. Anyone have unique suggestions, preferably tiny with tons of personality for stocking a 29-gallon? Have you ever kept Rasboras? I mean, I don't know about personality, but they'll school, which is kind of cool. Reef and Land Aquatics says, wait, you said you set up a 14-gallon. I had a 14-gallon BioCube before I started on YouTube. That's why there's no videos of it. Is that a mascara barb in the tank behind you? It sure is. Dank Tank says, Frank, that's why Sarge rescinded my mod status on his channel. Drunk with power. Do goldfish eat water lettuce? Cynthia, I'm about to find out because I just dumped a bunch of it in my goldfish tank. So we'll see. I'll let you know in a few days. Another $10 super chat from Zach's Tank's Crazy Aquarium Guy. Thank you. Aqua Pro says, my name is Bob. That is the Aqua Pros. It has the check mark. How's it going, Mike? I like the little super chat. Alright. Haha, Nisi. What did Nisi say? I shall ban you for saying we are a drunken power joke. I just wanted to be part of the chat for a minute. Sergeant Tank. Oh, Jeremy's here. How you doing? No comment. Oh, nice tick. Aqua Pros. Yeah, got a celebrity in the house. It's been a while since we've had one. Can't go wrong with the rummy for action. Rummy? Bob, did I hear you watch one of my videos? Where is the comment, man? I want your opinions. I said I was looking at your channel. I didn't say I was watching your videos. Let's see. I like to keep up on everyone, so I don't necessarily watch videos, but I hang out on people's channels and take a look around and look at weird analytics, things like that. Finally found them. That's good. Mike is here. Yep, Aqua Pros. Was that a Primus reference? Hey, Mike, what's crack-a-lackin'? Don't be jealous of negative 28 degrees Celsius. You're lucky. I was at my cabin, so there wasn't even internet. Well, the internet crashed all the time. It was fun, though, taking my dog for a walk on the icy pond. I just want snow for more than, like, 2 hours a year. That's it. I feel like that's not too much to ask. Gina says, watching. Hey Bob, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. If your nitrates start reading 0 when growing plants, do you change your fertilizer schedule at all? I would change my fertilizer schedule based on what the plants are doing, not what the meters are telling me, or not what the tests are telling me. So if the plants aren't showing any signs of nitrogen deficiency, I wouldn't change anything. Someone send me Bob's email so I can resend the video. It is in the description below. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. Analytic lurking. Yep. Steve says my analytics are terrible. The Of the North Clan or Patreon. There's my Patreon account. Thanks for linking that. We had like a record month in December for patrons, so that's kind of cool. Cynthia Daniels with the $2 super chat. Thank you, Cynthia. Zach's Tanks Crazy Aquarium Guy says hello, fish lovers. So you guys are actually going to see my Bleeding Heart Tetras on video for once. It's been about 4 or 5 months since I showed them on video. People have been asking for updates, so that's coming out in a video soon. Oh, what else? My Bloodfin Tetras. Gonna see a couple Cories. Basically, just another hanging out in the fish room video will be my next video. Aquaholic Fish says, anyone keep Norman Lampi killifish? Wonder if they'd be okay with shrimp. Absolutely they would. That is correct, Kala. Anyone keep? Yes, they'll be just fine. Christmas money? What? I better, Hey, we have 181 people here on New Year's. That's pretty good. I figured we wouldn't get very much turnout today. What did I do for New Year's? I was in bed and asleep by 10 o'clock, and it was great. And I didn't even wake up for the fireworks. Slept right through it. Nice, I like Bleeding Heart Tetras. Yeah, they've gotten big too since the last time I showed them. And they moved from a 40 gallon to that 75 gallon that I redid. So they're loving it, schooling all around in there. I was thinking about throwing the 100 neon tetras in there with them, but I don't know. They're kind of big and the neon tetras are kind of small. Big Joe's Fish Room, just hanging out. J-Dub's Aquarium says 18 away from 500. Steenfott Aquatics, how are the L46 doing? They are doing great, but I haven't even kept up on trying to spawn them. So yeah, I haven't kept up on water changes, which means they're not going to spawn. I would be really surprised if they do. Here in Minnesota, we're experiencing a heat wave, -1 degrees Fahrenheit. Any advice on hard water buildup removal? I live in Missouri? MO is Missouri, maybe? I don't know. What do I know? I don't know anything. And it's a problem. You could do... how's it building up? Is it building up from like your sponge filter? Or do you have like a hang on back filter? You should do some gaming videos. Well, I can't do gaming videos on this channel. But I have streamed on Twitch a couple times. That's about as far as that's gone. Don't forget to like the stream or dislike if you're a jerk. That is true. How's the dragonfish? The dragonfish are doing well. Happy New Year's, Bob. Hello and Happy New Year to you too. Is that a gourami? That super blue fish? Yeah, looks like it. Yep, Missouri, lots of lime. What kind of... Yeah, just tell me how it's building up. I'm curious. But distilled white vinegar is how you get rid of it, though. Let's see. Just watched a swim bladder get punctured and some safes. I always think MO is Montana. I don't know why, and I'm always wrong. It keeps going in the background when I look at it. I'm pretty sure that is a blue gourami. Millerific says, wait, you have a Twitch account. Where's the link? I have no idea what my link is, but it's just my name. It's the same name as my YouTube channel. Figured that would make it easy to find. Missouri. What is there to do in Missouri? It seems like nothing there. Philly says, how many bleeding heart tetras comfortably in a 40 breeder? Probably like a dozen. I had about 20 or 25 in mine, and they outgrew it pretty quick. AMA Aquatics, how you doing, buddy? Says, how you doing, Bob? I'm doing well, thank you. Taking votes, Mile High Plecos or 5280 Aquatics? I don't know what you're talking about. Truth Kevin, at least dislike people have an opinion. Wow, looks like screen because the fish are bigger. Wow, that looks like screen. Vinegar and water at Science Gal. Just clean it every now and then with a paper towel, and that mix works well for me. I'm in Kansas City, Kansas, and have same issues with it too. Go to the Ark and eat barbecue. I don't know what anyone is talking about right now. Miguel says, I got this 100-gallon tank with a crazy large school of cories. That sounds awesome. I want a crazy large school of pygmy cories. I'm going to make it happen one of these days. One of these days I will do it. Let's see. On the glass and filter, white buildup. A lot of lime and calcium in the water. Yep, just distilled white vinegar. I was going to say, if you're doing... like L.R. Bretts has sponge filters, and he keeps, what does he have on it? He keeps something to keep the bubbles from popping up. Deli cup lids. He just cuts a little hole, runs the airline through it, and it floats right on top, and it stops the bubbles from causing all that buildup. It's pretty neat. It's like the first thing I do after clicking on a video. I even like channels that I'm not fond of. I'm weird. Oh, you're talking about hitting the like button? Whatever you stream's good. All the power is good. What? How many dwarf neon praecox in a 110-gallon tub outside pond for the spring? Depends on how many water changes you want to do, right? I mean, you could do like 20 or 30 or even more if you really wanted to. What size tank for 500 neons and bristle? No, it's plecos and cories, the biggest tank you can afford. Simply Beta says, what did I just read about Twitch stream? I don't know if you read about Twitch, but I do stream on Twitch every once in a while. Not very often. I think it's actually been almost 2 weeks since I've streamed on Twitch. Did you ever notice Dan, he kills a lot of fish on his channel? Am I the only one to notice this? I have no idea. Candy says, I quit. Oh, okay. Do cory cats need to be the same species to school together? Either the same species, or sometimes you can trick them by getting some that look alike, that are different species. Like the Julii cory, there's like 100 different species of cories that look like that. So as long as they look alike, generally that'll work. But for the most part, they do need to be the same. I've got in one tank, I've got Corydoras pulcher, Corydora stirbai, and Corydora, or the panda cories. And of those three, none of them school with others. So they're always with their own kind. Okay, what do we got here? I'll take the job, Candy. Hey, I just found a Praecox rainbow fry. That is awesome. Dilute hydrochloric acid works well to dissolve hard water buildup. Kevin, have different kinds. They school together, but they do school up. And what? Wait, what? I have two different kinds. At times they school together. After a water change, mine will always school together, but under normal conditions, they never do. I want to own a cheese store. That's interesting. There's nothing to do in Missouri but keep fish, and it's like -5 right now. Everywhere is cold and getting snow except for me. That's stupid. What's your store website? I don't have a store if you're talking to me. I don't sell anything. Hey Bob, what is your opinion on Seachem stability? I've never used it. Thinking of using it to start a new tank and I'm gathering info on it. I don't believe in any of that crap. So like Tetra, Safe Start, any of those products I don't believe in at all. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I just scraped my knuckles on the ceiling and I'm bleeding. You're too short to scrape your knuckles on the ceiling. What are you talking about? Yeah, but as far as all that quick start nonsense, I don't believe it. It's never worked for me. I just do it the old-fashioned way. Well, now I don't have to do it at all. Now all my tanks are instantly cycled. But yeah. That being said, though, remember, I've never used stability, so I don't know if it works. But my gut says it's a waste of money. A cheese store, question mark? Yep. Bronze and salt and pepper I have. Zach's Tank's Crazy Aquarium guy says, gotta go watch the rest tomorrow, and you should check out my videos. Got Tropheus now, and my rainbows look awesome. Thanks, Steenfott Aquatics. Thanks, Zach, for the Zach's. Thanks, Zach's. I did it again. Thanks, Zach, for the super chats. I appreciate it. And I'm always lurking, so I'll get to him eventually. Super all red koi. He got a cresty. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Are you still planning on getting a crested gecko or any other reptile? I have a crested gecko. I did get one. What's happening to Forest Liquid Man 09? I have no idea. My swordtails are shimmering. What do you think about Prazi Pro treatment? Never used it. Never seen snow and I plan to... Wait. Never seen snow and I plan to ever... So you've never seen it and you never plan on it. That's what I'm getting out of that. Bob, thanks a bunch for the tip on terracotta water stakes. The plecos love these things. Yeah, they're super awesome. I'm totally glad I found them. No, I'm just kidding. I forget where I found them on someone else's channel. I don't remember where. What do you feel the best ratio for neon dwarf rainbows are? I always try to go 1-to-1. But as far as best ratio, it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to breed them, I would do 2 or 3 females per male. But if you're just going in a tank, I always try to do 1-for-1. I've never had a strictly male rainbow tank. Bring back the Rick. Yeah, that's over. That's been dead for a while. Do you use chemical filtration in your tanks such as carbon or any other? I have no chemical filtration myself. I do not. Nope. Because most of my tanks are planted and carbon and things will remove fertilization. So I don't use them at all. Ideas for a single fish or species specific 29-gallon planted tank. Anyone got any suggestions for them? I don't think I could do a single fish. Maybe a puffer, like a dragon puffer or a hairy puffer if you just want a single fish. They shouldn't bother the plants at all. Do you recommend Eco Complete? I do. I love Eco Complete. I wish I could afford it. What you get, Flynn? Flynn, hello, I just got back from the co-op. Yeah, what'd you get, Flynn? Any tips on improving odds of breeding bristlenose plecos? I have lots of caves, a good ratio of male to female. Just feed them lots and do lots of water changes. They will do the rest. KG6 said, what do you get, Flynn? Are you smuggling General Cure over the border? If he was smart. African Cichlid Hub was a good channel. That one's been gone for a while too, right? What else do we got going on here? Turbofish says Apistogrammas for the 29-gallon, I'm assuming. I don't know. I couldn't do that, so not even really something I ever think about, except for with puffers. Potato is in a tank all. Well, there's guppies in his tank, but that's food. Mix Eco Complete with PFS. I have no idea what PFS is to save a little money. Need an aquarium co-op drone for Canada delivery. Yeah, can you explain how a deep sand bed works? Josh Job, I've never done it, but essentially it's basically removing your nitrates through the deep sand bed. But like I said, I've never done it. I'm pretty sure Corey has done an entire video on it, so you should look for that. Any advice for fish shows? Really want to start and head in that direction. You're probably gonna want to look at like Amazonas magazine might have something on fish shows. Otherwise, I know that there's like a goldfish show in California in like September, but other than that, besides like goldfish and koi shows, I don't know of any other fish shows in the U.S. Do I ever get tired of saying just feed them lots and water changes? Nope. It works with bristlenose plecos. Let's see. Asian Arowana says a lot of good breeders after looking around a few years. Okay. Aquarium Connection says make sure you use the correct name for plecos. If you watched Kevin Novak's Italian language class video on fish names, then you know what I'm talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yes, stay on top of my tank too with water changes. Parameters are perfect. Hey Bob, can I get your number? Still thinking about that one. What? Turbofish says Bob's cell is 8675309. That's Jenny's cell phone number. Just dropped in to wish you a Happy New Year, Steenfott Aquatics, and all the fish fam. Thank you, Rob Hicks Aquarium. LOL Turbofish. Cape Cod says Turbofish. Yep, that's Jenny's number. Yep. There are guppy shows and cichlid shows and betta shows and live bear shows. Well, how do we find those shows? That's what we need, like a directory. You must be old. I am old. I'm very old. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Bob. Happy New Year. All Angelo's fish tanks. Thank you. Mr. Few, the aquarium dude. My LFS buddy suggested I move my rainbow fry from a 10 to 20 gallon to get them to grow faster. In your experience, does that matter? Rainbow fish fry are going to grow slow no matter what. That is my experience. Someone said it the other stream. I guess it was funny then. I have no idea what you're talking about. Mary Beth Mabe, thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. What would you put in 60 gallon with Praecox rainbows, Corridoras, and Epistogrammas? Any dwarf cichlid? Thanks. Seen a show in Chicago in 2018. Hopefully it's not the Chicago Aquatic Experience, because that is not in Chicago this year. Taylor says the International Betta Congress website has shows both USA and international. There you go, the International Betta Congress. Are you looking for like fish shows for showing fish, or are you looking for conventions like the Aquatic Experience? I guess that should have been a qualifying question. Bob, if you're old, that makes me ancient, so stop. We're about the same age, aren't we? I don't know. There's no fish club anywhere around me. How do you start shows? I don't know how you'd start a show. There's no fish clubs around me. You'd be better off trying to start a fish club over trying to start a fish show. And then you can advertise it through the fish club if you really want a show. Out of curiosity, have you ever gotten an infection by sticking an open wound in fish tank water, or are you just smart enough not to even try that? I have plenty of open wounds that I've stuck into my fish tanks on accident, and so far, no infections. Reef to Rainforest has all the list of upcoming events in the U.S. There you go. What else can I breed in a 20 and a 20 with gold rams? I don't know of anything that you could breed that the rams wouldn't eat. AMA Aquatics says, okay, later guys, was good to drop in. Glad to see you all. Have a great start to the new year. Missed you all. Thank you, AMA Aquatics. You too, my friend. Someone saw Inglorious Bettas on the Real Fish Talk. Yeah, I watched some of that. I was lurking. Cape Cod Tropical Fish Keeper says, gotta go sort my laundry and fold my clothes. Putting it off for too long. Getting ridiculous. Bob, how long and what other stuff do you need for your background video? Thinking of sending you a video on my rainbow tank. It just needs to be 1080p, 5 minutes long at least, no moving. I don't care about audio because I do not play the audio. But otherwise, it just needs to be a single shot, no moving around. Look up the Aquatic Gardeners Association and the National Livebearer Association. Bob, I've been sick as a dog and slacking on water changes. I need to do it, but I don't wanna. Well, teach your little kid to do it, right? Do figure 8 puffers have to be in brackish water? That they do. What else? What else do we got going on? Oops. Another goal of mine. Steve says another goal of mine is to watch more Bob in 2018. Great channel here. Thanks for what you do. Okay, thank you. Clint, do you have a certain place you find it's best for driftwood to purchase? Boy, driftwood gets expensive fast. Jay's Aquatics says, Bob, do you watch Shameless? Nope. How are the freshwater crabs doing? We'll find out this week if there's any left. I hope to tear that tank down this week some point. Miguel says, I want to start a YouTube channel. Any tips? Yep, just start. Everyone always says I want to start a YouTube channel. Just do it. Just start uploading videos. How do you treat blackbeard hair? How do you treat blackbeard hair fungus? I have a 55-gallon and it's hard to treat by spraying with hydrogen peroxide. Well, blackbeard algae hates flow, so if you have like a power head, you could aim it towards the blackbeard algae, or you could spot treat it. You don't have to spray it with hydrogen peroxide. You can get like a pipette, which is like a mini turkey baster, and spot treat it that way. The turtle girl says, I was just curious because I just cut myself on my dominant hand and I'm due to do a water change. How long can I wait before I do a water change? There's way too many factors. 2 of my crayfish died this week. Sorry to hear that, Jesse. Any update on the fish room? Kind of talked about it earlier. Tore down a couple tanks. Got rid of a bunch of fish. How long do you think I can keep a Mabu puffer in a 75? I don't know, 8 months. Depends on what size you get it at. Driftwood, go join a local Facebook group and ask fellow fish nerds. I get some sweet deals. Yep. Or just go to your local river or lake. Simply Betta says, now it probably made you paranoid. Saw a medical mystery show once where a girl got super rare like amoeba infection from sticking her hand in a fish tank with a cut. Yeah, I'm always worried about it, but so far I've been pretty lucky. Nisi says, I have tons of paper cuts on both hands basically all the time. Never gotten an infection yet, knock on wood. Steenfott, will a flying fox eat algae? That's actually a good question. I've had one flying fox in my life and I never saw it eat algae, but I don't know if it would or not. Victor says, Happy New Year, good to see you. Happy New Year to you too, buddy. Hey Bob, any tips on treating algae? I went on vacation and the person in charge of my tanks never turned off the lights. Now my planted tank is covered in algae. Manual removal and water changes. It's going to be your best thing you can do, and just be patient. It's not going to clear up overnight. Richard says, I want to grow hair algae in my tanks, but it's not happening. Just don't turn your lights off. You'll get some algae. I don't know what kind you'll get, but never fear. Chris is here. How about the fools that transfer live rocks with no rubber gloves from shipments? I'm in love with my new swordtails. Flynn got new swordtails. Millerific says, why is there always just one dislike on every stream? Oh, by the end there'll be more. Probably the same person. Also, do you know the growth rate of a common pleco? I have read numerous things online and would like your opinion. Lucy, there's way too many factors to determine how fast a fish is going to grow. As far, in general, I would say that they definitely grow faster than your average fish. Jesse says, do you like crayfish and are you planning to keep them? I do like them, but they are illegal to keep in my state. Therefore, I cannot. Is that water or vodka? I do not drink. Therefore, it is water. If you need gloves to clean your fish tank, you probably need a biohazard suit to clean your house. I don't know about that. They do make those long rubber gloves for cleaning your fish tank, but tell that to the one person that got some bacteria infection from cleaning their fish tanks. They probably use gloves now. Agent says, why the Back to the Future intro? There's nothing fish related. None of my intros are fish related, but they're all like pulp culture references because I think they're funny. I've been Howard Hughes after that. I've been all Howard Hughes after that segment. What? Okay, well. Oh, Howard Hughes. Duh. All right, I get it. I'm a little slow on the take today. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. One thumbs down. Yeah, there'll probably be about 10 after it's all uploaded. Usually get about a dozen. Candy says, I love your intros. So do I. So do I. I need a new one. I haven't had a new one in a while. Cape Cod Tropical Fish Keeper says, apparently is not folding laundry, mind you. I use gloves all the time to clean my fish tank. Nothing wrong with using gloves to clean. GN uses gloves too. Simply Betta says, yeah, Bob has the best intros. I don't know about the best, but I just like him. Hey Bob, favorite fish. By the way, your intros are awesome, especially the Star Wars. Ooh, I haven't used that one in a while. Maybe I'll use that one next. Favorite fish is, of course, rainbow fish. Bob, if the game and fish warden came to my house, I'd be in so much trouble. It's illegal. If it's illegal, it's a must-have fish. Candy says, I use long gloves in my saltwater tank. Not a fan of getting stung by corals. That makes sense. I didn't think about that. What was the first thing that got you into the hobby? Well, I went to pet stores all the time as a kid. Anytime we went on vacation, anytime I went to like a relative's house, I always was looking in the phone book for pet stores to go to. So it was just a matter of time. Laptop is updating, so stuck with the chat on my phone. Okay. Fire extinguisher for a CO2 tank. If you can get it refilled with CO2, I have no idea. CO2 tanks are cheap anyways, so... Candy overall saltwater. Wow, nice. Hey Bob, why wouldn't you do an all-male rainbow tank? I prefer seeing fish like in their natural behavior, I guess. And without females, the males really don't have any reason to like flash. I don't know. I just prefer the females. That way the males are a bit more active. Did I come across anything interesting in your childhood pet store finding missions? I did the same thing. There was one store that always had weird, like, oddball fish. All the reptiles were usually the same, and then you had, you know, ferrets, and back then fish store or pet store still had puppies. So I don't know, it was just about seeing everything. Nisi says, I have the bestest husband. He's setting up all the new tanks so I can cook dinner, aka hang out in this chat. Hey Bob, what's your favorite aggressive fish? I don't really do aggressive fish, so I don't have one. If I was forced to pick one, I would say a hairy puffer. Hairy puffer. Susan says, Nisi, I'm so proud of Doug. Priscilla MK Art, what's up, fish people? Happy New Year. I guess you didn't say fish, but whatever. First day back tomorrow. Flynn's Fish Forum. Must be, are you talking about school? Yep. Apparently that's 2 hearts. Hey Priscilla, candy overhauls. Wow, I'm impressed. I have 9 freshwater only. I can't afford saltwater anything. Saltwater I don't think is as expensive as people make it out to be. If you get into like a planted tank, I think planted tanks are just as expensive as saltwater tanks. But that's just my opinion. Baked chicken cooks itself. Am I right? I bought a nice fancy CO2 tank online, but the only place to get it filled in my area is Airgas, and they only do exchanges. So I actually ended up with just giving them a beautiful tank and getting, yeah, I was pissed. I bought a nice brand new tank. It was all polished up, and then I went to get it refilled, and they just handed me this used piece of garbage, and I was like, no. I was like, I paid to get mine filled. Look at this piece of crap you're handing me. So I had to yell at him to get my tank back. How's your goldfish going? They are going well. Yep. Nothing real new to report there. They should be in an upcoming video pretty soon because they're getting a new tank set up this week. Miguel says, I have awesome red jewels that breed like crazy. That they do. Yeah, whatever, Bob. Get rid of that attitude. Attitude. Okay. So you're better off just going to Airgas or whatever and seeing what you need. Yeah. Unless you feel like yelling at them every time, because I hate that they try to exchange my tank. Best Corridora, in your opinion? My favorite Corridora Scottish is one that I've never owned. It's the CW111. My favorite all-around Corridora is the Sturby. Scottish Aquatic wants to know if I breed Apistogrammas. Very seldomly. I have, but I don't have any breeding currently right now. Dick's Sporting Goods and Big 5 refill CO2 tanks. I did not know that. Richard says, is Sean Armentrout still in the hobby? He's local to you, I think. He's a couple hours away, and I don't know. I haven't heard anything from him in a while. So I honestly don't know. I would assume yes. I mean, the guy had like 20 300-gallon tanks set up. So I would hope so. Am I still getting a flower horn? Probably eventually. I don't know. It depends on how the remodel in the fish room goes. How do you spell attitude? I can't speak English. Add it. Toot? Fishy the Fish FTF says, am I late? Nope, you got about 6 minutes. Not by my screen. Well, Candy is the loser. As you can see in the chat here, Glass Box is B2 Candy. Just saying. By the way, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Jesse. Yeah, it always does this to me. Well, I got you first there, Joel. So you win. Attitude of gratitude. Oh yeah, that's my New Year's resolution. Yep. They say gratitude is the gateway to kindness. Oh, Mr. Chat up here. Cape Cod Tropical Fish Keeper says, how is the puppy? I miss him. I love when you pick him up and put him on your lap. What happened to you setting up your desk so he could sleep on it while you stream? I have not got around to that yet. But I will. I will set that up. It's got a nice spot over here for it. I just have to pretty much rearrange my computer and my monitors. So, but it'll happen in time. I've been focusing on the fish room, and he is doing great, by the way. He's doing really good. There's actually videos of dream tanks, but the underwater room in Singapore isn't a tank, but it's priced at $1 million. Okay, Ron says, hey Bob, how would you deal with a snail infestation? I would put in a piece of cucumber, wait a couple hours, maybe overnight, and then come back, and all the snails should be on that cucumber, and you can just take them right out. You can get dwarf chain loaches, which is a dwarf loach. So depending on what fish you have, if you don't want a big loach, you can get a dwarf loach to clean them all out. What's going on with your mystery snails? Haven't heard about them lately. Yeah, because I got rid of them a long time ago. They were just too much. They bred way too fast, way too often. Besides manzanita and mopani, what other type of wood is aquarium safe and will actually sink? As far as wood goes, I do anything without sap and anything without bark. That should pretty much sum it up for you. No sap, no bark. The only reason I don't do bark is because it disintegrates really fast and really muddies up the water pretty quick. You could borrow my loach. His name is Fat Boy. The Turtle Girl says, okay, dinner time. See you awesome people later. Happy New Year. Yep, 3 minutes and then it's dinner time. Are you planning to keep a bass? Nope. What's the fish's favorite food? Probably blackworms. Blackworms. Flynn's Fish Farm says, I'm back again. Hopefully your swordtails are doing well. Lauren says, bye, Turtle Girl. Happy New Year. Taverny, the Fishy Mailman. Nope, I haven't done anything. Chris says, I do the cucumber trick and get snails to feed my assassin snails. Yep, that works, but honestly, if you're having a problem with a snail infestation, you want to think about how much food you're feeding. You're usually overfeeding if you have snail infestations. So I would cut back feeding. If you're feeding twice a day, I would cut back to once a day. If you're once a day, I would cut back maybe every other day. Nah, I'd still do every day, but I would do less. Flynn says, candy overhauls that had delicious McDonald's for dinner. That sounds terrible. That does not sound delicious at all. Richard says, would you consider keeping discus? You have perfect water for them. I know I do, but nope. At this point, I have no intentions on breeding, well, keeping discus. Definitely not breeding them, because nobody around here wants discus. But as far as keeping them, no. The problem is if I get discus and I don't like them, they'd be really hard to get rid of in this area. I know we have the best water for it, but it's not a popular fish around here. I don't know why. Turbofish says, saw an epic Goodied collection today, Bob. Greg and this dude were working on building the tequilas up. I love Goodieds. I need to get some Goodieds. It's been a while. What's the best chemical filtration for a planet tank? I wouldn't use chemical filtration. I don't use any type of chemical filtration in my planet tanks. The Fishy Mailman says, have a great night, everyone, and see you guys next time. Yep. It's about time to wrap it up. Discus don't seem like Bob's fish. I think they're awesome fish. But I don't know. So far, I just haven't had that discus bug yet. Clint says, I have dwarf pufferfish. I also have a tank for pest snails. Overfeed the pest snails then. Yeah. I mean, if that's what you're breeding them for. Bob, you dare to keep a red-tailed catfish. I think it grows like a meter. Nope. No interest in that fish. It grows way too big. If I had a tank big enough for a red-tailed catfish, I still would not get one. Do you like gars? I like to look at them, and I think they're neat fish, but I would never keep one. It's not real chicken. Wait, but I'm just done pre-cleaning my kitchen from the main dish. Scottish Aquatics says, Bob, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, buddy. I'll see you in the next stream. Let me know if you need anything. Let me know. Speaking of discus, as soon as I have a sufficient amount, I'll lend you some and let you try it out. I don't even know that I would take free discus. Just saying. Happy New Year to you too, buddy, though. The number one monster fish I want is Cichla temensis, aka speckled. Oh, peacock bass. Yeah, those guys get huge. Cliff says, thank you. So that's it for tonight's stream. It is 6 o'clock. Thanks for hanging out and doing absolutely nothing with me. I feel like these are Seinfeld episodes. We don't really do anything. What's your live stream about? It's about nothing. But anyways, I had a lot of fun. The hour goes by quick, but I still got work to do in the fish room. Like I said, I'm tearing down some 40-gallon breeders and setting up that 75-gallon. So hopefully it's cleared up by now, because that's what I was waiting for. I made a mess. But hopefully it's cleaned up. So I'm going to go back to work. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by. Thanks to the super chatters. We have Chris, Jobs Aquarium Tanks. We have Zach a couple times, and Cynthia Daniels. I really appreciate it. And Happy New Year to everyone, and I hope to see you all on Thursday.